Hi, good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of FEDA International, I would like to warmly welcome you to today's technical workshop on AI for leaders, building an effective AI strategy. We are delighted to have all of you here with us for what promises to be an insightful and enriching session. To begin our program, I would like to invite Professor Ponsarwin to deliver the welcome address. Professor, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes. So, first of all, on behalf of FEDA Global Council Student Chapter, I would like to welcome you all to the International Online Technical Workshop on AI for Leaders, how to enable your organization to build an effective AI strategy. This is organized by FEDA Global Council Student Chapter. This is being organized every month, last Saturday at 4 o'clock. This is the second session of this series. Today's session is part of FEDA's continuous effort to empower professionals, innovators, and students with the knowledge and skills needed to drive technological transformation in their organizations. Artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic concept. It is a present reality shaping every sector. We are privileged to have with us Mr. Nadar Torki, an experienced AI and digital transformation consultant who has successfully led numerous large-scale AI projects across multiple regions. His insights on developing scalable architectures, ethical governance, and sustainable AI strategies will be invaluable for all of us. On behalf of FEDA, I extend a warm welcome to Mr. Nadar, our distinguished participants, and all members joining us today. Thank you, and I wish you everyone an engaging and productive session ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor. Now, to introduce our distinguished speaker for today, I would like to call upon Ms. Cynthia. Ms. Cynthia, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sandhya, Assistant MC of FEDA Global Council Student Chapter. On behalf of FEDA International, I would like to warmly welcome you to today's technical workshop on AI for leaders. Building an effective AI strategy. We are delighted to have all of you here with us for what promises to be an insightful and encouraging section. We are Truly honored to be part of this valuable section on AI for leaders. Now, it's my great pleasure to invite our distinguished guest, Mr. Nadir Torki, an experienced AI and digital transformation delivery consultant. He has over 20 years of experience driving large-scale digital transformation projects across MENA, Europe, Asia, and has guided numerous enterprises towards scalable and responsible AI solutions. Let's we welcome to Mr. Nadir Torki as he shares his knowledge and insights with us today.
Thank you so much for the lovely introduction, and thanks Professor Pon and the team of FEDA Global for inviting me today. I'm sure that most of you hear about the overwhelming news about AI, and a lot of leaders, they want to implement AI in their organizations. So if you are one of them, let's make this session interactive. Please participate in the chat. Please put the thumbs up in your Zoom if you are connecting with us, and let us know if you are overwhelmed by the news of AI and you don't know where to start. So I will guide you step by step what to focus on for AI so that you would know how to enable your organization, how to build an effective AI strategy. Because AI is not just about technology. It's about organizational enablement. It's similar to many years ago, we used to say we have an IT solution, but we don't say that anymore. We say we have digital transformation because your business and your organization is being transformed to be digitally enabled. And now we are in the new age. It's the age of AI. You need to enable your organization to be AI ready. So how to do that? Let's go step by step into what matters when it comes to AI. But to start in the right way, we will go for why AI matters, what AI can and can't do for your business, and we will go through some real-world case studies. And I'll guide you how to identify high-value AI use cases and how to avoid the common AI mistakes or pitfalls. And finally, I'll give you a framework and recommendation on how to proceed. So I believe the introduction was done already, so I'll skip this one. And then I'll tell you the objectives of today. We need to understand what AI can and cannot do to achieve what it can achieve for your organization. Also, we will learn how to identify the valuable AI use cases relevant to your business, because all the implementations related to AI must be translating a business objective. Explore successful case studies and discuss the common mistakes, and to have a practical guidance towards an AI strategy. So why AI matters for leaders? The business outcomes expected to be achieved with AI are one of these areas. Number one is to enhance the productivity. And that is simple by having AI assisting the tasks to increase automation or quality. And you can use that either using one of the public tools, or you can have a customized customized set of tools working internally. Also, it can help you in cost optimization, so that you can have an efficient process, or to reduce the waste either in time or in money. Also can help you in innovation. You can have new products, services, or improved customer experiences. Finally, you can have a competitive advantage because you would be staying relevant in a rapidly evolving market. So you will be ahead of your competition. Now, let's see, when did the machines or the AI go better in the performance than humans? So AI, as in machine learning, started back in the 50s. But since then, it was not growing rapidly. But then with the age of the internet and the age of connected networks, it became hungry for more data, because with the data, the machines can learn. And because of that, and because of other advancements in the AI area of technologies, the AI started outperforming humans in multiple areas. It started with playing checkers, which is a board game. In 1994, it outperformed humans. And then it did the same for chess. And then it had better handwriting recognition in 2014. And as you can see here, there was a gap. And that gap is because the technology stayed almost the same. You are spending a lot of time teaching the machine what to do. But then after this point, after 2014, there was a change that the machines are learning by themselves. You just need to give them the data and tell them to learn, and they will find common patterns. And because of that, the image recognition also became better than humans in 2015. And then it started to play Go in 2016, and it outperformed humans. And by the way, in this one, there was a system called AlphaGo, which was developed by Google Mind or Google DeepMind project. And it only had to practice playing for minutes. Although here, while playing chess, it had to practice playing chess for years to be able to beat humans. But here it was only minutes till it was able to do that. Then it became better than humans in lip reading, reading comprehension, voice recognition, playing poker, and protein folding prediction, which is called AlphaFold, and we will talk about it more into details later. And then medical image diagnosis, weather prediction, conversational responses, and human level language translation. And it keeps going and going and going. It is outperforming humans in many tasks now. So how can we leverage on that? So these are the predictions for this year and the next year on how AI will even outperform humans more. In mathematics and proof generation, it already did in 2025. In medical diagnosis, it reached something like 98% accuracy. Drug discovery, it's identifying compounds faster than traditional methods. In legal document analysis, it can detect the risks with 94% accuracy, while human lawyers at 85% accuracy. Code debugging, it's already superseding humans. Speech synthesis, AI mimics human speech with 99.5% accuracy. You can no longer say that if you are talking to an AI or a human, unless you know from the start. AI tutors are providing superior personalized learning for language learning. In fraud detection, AI in banking detects fraudulent credit cards with 90% accuracy, while human auditors at 70%. And coming soon, the stock market prediction, AI predicts stock trends better than analysts. So what is AI today? So that we don't get overwhelmed with it. It starts with big data and machine learning. And as I told you before, in the 50s, the machine learning started, but it didn't have big data. But after that, it kept getting more and more data. And because of the internet, it had trillions of gigabytes and even more every year. And then because of that, it had something called deep learning. And also because of big data and machine learning, we had something called data analytics. But later on, and specifically since 2017, new technologies happened and made the prediction even better from pattern analysis. And that made natural language processing became easier. And the computer vision, which is the computer is seeing the images, the videos, or even what's happening on your camera, it became better. And because of that, this area is called artificial intelligence. Generative AI is not all AI. Generative AI is being trained by machine learning and deep learning, and it's mainly natural language processing and computer vision. But the AI overall is the bigger picture that we know about it since the 50s. But since 2017, the transformer technology, which is, by the way, the T in GPT, if you hear chat GPT, there's the T at the end. It is the abbreviation for something called transformer technology, which is simply predicting what to say next based on the context and what image to be generated based on the previous learning and so on. So this started with computer vision and natural language processing, and it went public by November 2022, so that today we are starting the AI era, which is mainly the generative AI era. So what AI really means for your organization? Well, it is not ChatGPT only. It's not LLM, which is a large language model. It is not just an automation tool, and definitely not a human replacement. But it is a machine learning, analytical algorithms, computer vision, content and multimedia generation, data intelligence, and much more. It is also your smartest invisible employee assistant, quietly sorting your emails, predicting your sales, catching fraud, optimizing your business process, reminding you if you forgot something important, and soon making your favorite coffee, because robots also are getting better by time. But it still needs that you tell it exactly what to do. AI cannot work on its own yet. It's still, let's say, a toddler now, 3 years old. So you need to tell it exactly what to do. And this is all about our session today. How to tell the AI what to do for your organization. You need to have a strategy for that. You need to have a process for that. What AI can and cannot do for your business. So AI can enhance the productivity and save time by assisting or automating or speeding multiple tasks. It can learn from data, recognize the patterns, and uncover insights from complex data and make informed decisions or predictions. It can enhance customer experience, and it can help organizations innovate faster and assist human decision-making. However, it cannot solve organizational problems related to lack of vision or culture or teamwork. Also, it cannot define strategic objectives. You need to do that. It cannot replace human vision or creativity. And it cannot operate effectively without clear objectives, clear directions, quality data, and human oversight. So it is not a universal solution or a magic wand. So where do humans would still outperform AI for a longer time? Number one is emotions. Understanding the complexity of emotions and dealing with it sensitively is still far beyond the AI capabilities. They can fake emotions, by the way. They can fake that they are apologetic or empathetic, but this is just words. They don't feel it and they don't connect to humans to understand it well. Complexity, the complex decision we are making currently in the real world based on our ethics or abstract thinking, intuition, culture, or understanding what it means to be human. Physicality, the robots are still clumsy and they cannot have the fine motor skills yet, and it will take some time to do that. And finally, creativity. The novel and original ideas or arts require deep emotional or cultural understanding. You can ask the AI to create a piece of music for you, but you wouldn't feel the deep emotional aspect inside it. So this music wouldn't last for long years. It wouldn't be the same as the emotional depth of Mozart or Picasso in his paintings. So these will not be there for some time. Let's define, or let's help you with the glossary of what you might hear or read around the internet about AI. These are just some technical terms simplified. So you hear about LLM, large language model. So what is that? It is the training that happened through large amount of text. So we gave the AI a lot of text and we told it, understand it, get trained on it, understand the language. And based on that, you can answer questions and generate content. Also, there's something called SLM, small language model, which is very specified to one area. Let's say it's only for biology or only for poetry, maybe. So that's called a small language model. So the models that you hear about, as I mentioned, ChatGPT. So the GPT is the model, and that's why you see GPT-4 and GPT-5 and so on. ChatGPT is the interface where you can chat with it. The same, let's say, for Claude. It's another LLM built by a company called Anthropic. So it's also the large language model. And the same with Gemini from Google. Next is something called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Working in some product, and you have a lot of data related to your product or internal processes. So you get one of the LLMs, open source, and you put it inside your environment, and you connect to it your data. That is called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. So it only replies from your data. So a chatbot could be pulling answers directly from your company's internal policies or databases. So it will answer only as if it was your employee by retrieval augmented generation. Moving on, the diffusion models. This is the technique used to generate high quality images. It simply removes the noise from it. So this tool creates realistic images from just any text description. If you heard about Midjourney or DALL-E, or you are using Google's Gemini, they called it Nano Banana. So these are using diffusion models to generate images. Then we have multimodal AI. So you heard about large language model. This is for text. Diffusion models. This is for images. And then multimodal, it can process and integrates multiple data types, text, images, audio, and video. And you can see that most of the big companies are moving into that direction. This is now happening with Google Gemini. It's happening with ChatGPT. So you can generate images, sometimes audio and video. Inference. This is the stage where the AI that is trained already applies what it learns to give you responses. So when you chat with it, it goes into its training data and replies to you. This response is called the inference. So one example is that AI is diagnosing diseases based on patient data. So it knows this patient and trained on that data. When you ask it a question about it, it replies to you. Then fine-tuning, which is to get a pre-trained model, like one of the LLMs, and then to add to it data to improve accuracy, or maybe fine-tune it to specific area or domain. Like this one would be specialized by extra data related to chemistry. So training an AI to accurately respond to your company's unique language or terms is fine-tuning. There is difference between RAG and fine-tuning. So fine-tuning becomes part of the model itself. So let's say you get a model, large language model, it's version 1, and then you fine-tune it, and you have it version 2 with your data in it. But the RAG is different. You get version 1 from large language model, and it stays as version 1. You just add to it the RAG, which is your data. So it replies from the knowledge it got pre-trained, still version 1, and then gets to know what to answer for from the data that you gave it, which is the RAG. It's only a database in this case, but it's related to you. But the large language model itself does not have your data inside it. It's just retrieving from your data. While fine-tuning, no, it becomes version 2. So inside it, it gets more and more data. Let's continue. Tokens. What are tokens? So tokens are simply splitting the text into smaller pieces or words for easier analysis by AI. Sometimes you will find many AIs are saying that it costs you 0.25 cents per million token. That means that it's splitting the text into smaller pieces. So one word might be 1 token. Let's say this word, buy, it is 1 token. But sometimes if you send it a word saying backbone, it decides to make it 2 tokens because it understood back and understood bone, but they put it together and it's 2 tokens. So we don't really know exactly how the AI are splitting the text, but this is how the technology works. Whatever data you give it, it splits the text so that in the AI language, it's called tokens, not words, not phrases, not letters, not characters. Hallucination. Hallucination happens when AI generates convincing but incorrect or fictional responses. So AI might be giving you citation of a study that did not ever exist. And this is a problem for sure. Was never programmed to say, I don't know. It was programmed to reply with confidence. So that's why you need to be very careful about what the AI generates, because sometimes it hallucinates with confidence. Prompt engineering. What does it mean? It's just writing clear and effective instruction so that you can get precise responses. I don't like the word engineering here because most of the people, they heard it, it's for engineers also, only. But it's actually not. It's just how to write clear instructions to the AI, which doesn't need really engineering. It just needs critical thinking, how to write clear and effective instructions in the right way. Reasoning. There's something in the AI called reasoning, which is what we translate as humans as thinking. It's the AI's ability to logically analyze information, read the conclusions, or solve problems based on learned patterns. So you can find the AI thinking, and this is called, in the AI terms, reasoning. So sometimes some of the models are reasoning models, while other models, they are just replying to you fast. They don't go into the reasoning or thinking mode. Chain of thought. This is where what comes before the reasoning. So this is the AI splitting or dividing before giving you the final output, the way it is thinking. So AI explicitly tells you the logical steps it's going through. Now I have a mathematical equation. What I will do first is to put to differentiate between the variables and the constants, and so on. So AI is breaking down complex math problems, for example, step-by-step solutions before giving you the final answer. This chain of thought is only found in the reasoning models, but the simple, fast models wouldn't have that. Finally, for the terms, the technical terms, agentic AI. If you hear about AI agents, so these just one of the AI tools that can give you or plan independently. So AI agent is one of them. Agentic AI is when you have more than one agent working together. So one AI agent is not called agentic AI, but agentic AI is more than one agent working together. What are the most common misconceptions about AI? That the AI is complicated and only for technical experts. While the truth is that you don't need deep technical knowledge to start using AI effectively. And leaders just need clear goals and the right strategy. But some people out there are complicating it more than it should, just to say that we are the experts. Or AI will replace humans, while the truth that no, it's not ready for that. AI complements human skills. It doesn't replace them. It helps people become much more productive and creative and strategic. AI works perfectly from day one, which is not true. AI solutions improve gradually because it's learning. And with the right data and training and fine-tuning, you can have successful implementation, and it takes thoughtful planning. It takes time to plan it that way. So it might not work perfectly from day one. AI can automate my business 100%. That's not true. It's not ready yet. AI can automate some tasks. But because of hallucinations that we spoke about, it can produce unexpected results. So you need to keep the humans in the loop. You cannot just automate it 100%. AI is very expensive, while the truth, AI could be cost effective when you start small and prioritize clearly and scale gradually based on proven results and calculated return on investment. AI is just purchasing or subscribing to a tool like ChatGPT or Copilot, while no, real success requires a clear AI. You will just keep the AI, in this case, writing your emails or correcting your grammar or spelling. And this is not the best usage of AI. Let's talk about real-world case studies, how some companies managed to achieve success through AI cases. Study number one, UPS, the global shipping company. They had a route optimization with AI. So the problem was that inefficient delivery routes leads to increased fuel consumption and high operational costs and some also environmental concerns. And the AI solution applied is that they had a system called On-Road Integrated Optimization and Navigation, Orion. And it was AI-powered platform. It analyzes the various data points of the routes so that it can optimize the delivery routes. And the outcome, because of that, it reduced the total mileage by approximately 100 million miles annually. And it saved over 10 million gallons of fuel each year, achieving cost saving 300 to 400 million annually, and decreased carbon emissions by 100,000 metric tons. Another case study was Coca-Cola. So the problem is that they needed to enhance customer engagement through personalized marketing strategies while maintaining the brand to be relevant. The solution applied here is that they utilized the AI algorithm to analyze vast amount of social media data. And mainly in this case, they had a campaign, which is the one that is called Share a Coke. And this Share a Coke analyzed the first names, the most common in a specific area. And because of that, in some areas, you go to buy the Coke and you find your name on it. So they analyzed the patterns of the popular names to put it much more in the, let's say, crowded areas. However, they managed to do it in the other way around, that they put some not so common names away from the crowded areas so that you would go there and maybe you will find the name of your friend because he or she, they have a not so common name. So you would take a photo and share it or give it to them or buy it for them. So this increased customer engagement by 20% and optimized the spend by focusing on content most likely to engage viewers based on the names. And that campaign resulted in a 2% increase in the US sales, which was the first increase in over a decade. Siemens, AI in manufacturing operations. So the problem is that they wanted to optimize the manufacturing process to enhance efficiency and reduce the defects. So the AI solution they applied was to implement implementation of AI to analyze extensive production data, enabling predictive maintenance and quality control and process optimization. And because of that, they managed to check the predictive maintenance. They used X-ray to check the internal circuit board of the machines. And because of that, they knew when it should need the maintenance. And that caused a 30% reduction in the tests and reduced downtime and 33% increase in packaging machines without any change in the physical hardware itself. It just analyzed the data and it knew when it should give it predictive maintenance. So how about you? What is the framework to identify a high-value AI business use case? You should follow these steps. You need to assess your data. How's your data? Is it accessible? Is it clean? Is it accurate? Is it structured? Is it ready? So we need to start by this point. And based on this, just still forget about the AI. We are talking business and operations. Identify the business pain points. Is it related to productivity or revenue or customer satisfaction? Where are your pain points? Based on that, what do you need the AI to do? Is it to improve the decision making and you have good data? Okay, then data-driven insights. Because when you give the data analysis to the AI, it might give you insights inside the data that you don't even know. It will show you patterns that, or maybe correlations that you didn't know about, and it's hidden inside your data. Or maybe you need to increase customer satisfaction, not by giving them a chatbot online, but faster response times or effective journey for them, or personalized interactions. Or maybe AI can help you to have better risk reduction by early detection of issues, fraud prevention, risk assessment, and improved compliance. And based on all of these, you should always evaluate the potential impact. How is the ROI, return on investment? What is the impact? What is the confidence? What is the ease of implementation? So that you would know if this is a good AI business case or not. And as you can see, none of these are related to technology. Because as I mentioned, AI is not about the technology. It is similar to the digital transformation. It is similar to the internet even. Internet is not a technology, it's a platform. Digital transformation is not one technology, it's a platform. So this is how you should think about AI to build valuable, high-value AI business use case. Common use cases that you can utilize today without having much time. Number one is content creation. For marketing, for drafts, for documentations, for plans. You can do that today. But remember, you need to give it the right instructions. You need to have clear objectives. And based on that, you need also to have a human reviewer. And when you do it multiple times, you will understand how to filter it better, how to improve it better. And then when you get better content, then the AI will have better data, and the next round will be even better. Also, you can use it in research. Many tools currently, like ChatGPT, Deep Research, or even Perplexity, or Google Gemini, they have an option for deeper research. It will take much longer time, but it can analyze the competition, the markets, the trends. It can give you comparison and give you a report. Automations, some templates to be automated, reports, reviews, screening of CVs, all of these could be automated simply with AI today. You can use it for data analysis. Even today, you can just open ChatGPT and give it a file and ask it, please analyze this data for me and give me insights and trends. Ideation and brainstorming. It can help you to create new campaigns or innovations to your products or services, or go for new markets and what are the risks identified with it, or the opportunities. Also, it is known now that it is good in coding, specifically in debugging, fast coding, and APIs, and some applications could be built simply by just adding a prompt. Of course, this should not be enterprise level application, but simple applications could be built 100% by AI. It's not the best in security or performance, but it helps on individualistic level. But don't use that, or be careful while using that for your company or your enterprise. You shouldn't rely on AI writing the code, but it can assist your team for debugging and fast coding. So now you know how to utilize AI, but you need also to avoid these mistakes. If you have unclear goals, then the AI will not help you. Starting without clearly defined objectives, then you will reach nowhere. Data, as we always say in the digital transformation, garbage in, garbage out. So using inaccurate or incomplete data, then you will have data problems. Lack of alignment, the misalignment between AI projects or business strategy will definitely create for you issues. Ignoring change management, not preparing employees for adoption, then they will fear the AI, or they will not know how to utilize it in the right way. So in this case, you will not have the right adoption because you ignored change management. Underestimating resources, lack of planning for talent and cost requirements will cause also a problem, because a lot of companies I saw, they just rush into implementation while they don't have the right consultants for the business strategy or the AI strategy or the maintenance for the AI in the future. So they end up with more cost. Rushing to implementation, just selecting any tool that is trendy now without proper proof of concept, POC, or pilot, then this is also one of the most common mistakes. So the recommended process that I usually follow, and this is how I'm recommending it to you, this is what works with most of the organization. Number one is to start with the discovery and need assessment. Again, forget about the AI. Go dive deeper into your business process and identify the pain points you currently have. Based on that, you will find that you have pain points. Some of them could be solved with AI, and some of them could be solved just with a process enhancement. But it is a golden chance now for you to go into this area, because the output will be clear pain points that, based on that, you can have use cases and initiatives. Then you need to go for the strategy development and use case definition. Based on the business objectives you have and based on the pain points you have, then you will detail the use cases and you will have clear business and technical requirements, what needs to be done. And based on that, you will define the high-level strategy. Then don't forget about the governance, because you need a governance framework to establish the KPIs and how to evaluate them, how to select them, and how even to change them in the future. Then the change management, how your teams will adopt the AI that is being introduced, how it will impact them, what's in it for them. You need to have it by pilots, engage them, give them awareness, trainings, monitor, support, give them the hotline to call in case they have a new AI tool that they cannot use. Give them the champions that they should refer to and ask the right question. Finally, you have the short-term plan and you have the long-term plan roadmap. How are you planning to scale in the future? You need to have a detailed execution plan with strategic roadmaps and metrics analysis. You had your KPI. So you know how to measure the effectiveness of the use cases that you have. Learn from them so that you can build a roadmap for scalability. And based on that, you can have this framework, this strategy, so that you can move in a smoother way into AI adoption. Thank you for this. We have another presentation about how to introduce ethical AI, but before starting it, I would like to pause we have 10 minutes for questions. So please open your microphone, ask your questions, or put them in the chat. We have 10 minutes for that before starting the ethical AI part. Don't be shy, ask your questions. Tell us about successful implementations you had. Tell us about problems you had. Tell us even if you are in the individual level, you are facing problems. I'll give it another minute before starting the new one. Maybe we will receive some questions. Okay, seems that's a good indicator that the presentation was clear enough, that no questions there. Okay, moving on then. Yeah. Ethical AI. Ethical AI for decision making. Whenever you are implementing AI, you need to take care of this aspect very well. Aristotle said it is not enough to know what is good. One must also do it. So what is ethical AI? Let's start with ethics. What is ethics? Ethos is an ancient Greek word. It means character. And ethics itself is the study of moral philosophy. But which is the study of the nature of morality. But what is morality? Moralitas, which comes from a Latin word, it means manners. And morality is proper behavior. And that, by definition, is categorization of intentions, decisions, and actions into proper and improper. And as you can see here, I didn't mention wrong or right, because morality and ethics is never about wrong or right, because one action could be wrong in a situation, and in another situation, the same action would be wrong. So it's not about right or wrong. It's about proper and improper. The same now applies for AI, because some actions should be done in a proper way, and some other actions in a different context could be considered improper. So ethical AI, by definition, is simply developing and using AI in ways that align with fairness, transparency, accountability, privacy, sustainability, and respect for human values. But I need to tell you that this definition is new, and there's no single global definition yet for ethical AI. But this is the best efforts.
Turkey. Yeah, sorry
Right.
for the interruption, Mr. Turkey, another Turkey.
Sure, go ahead.
Your visual is not that is visible. So only audio is we are hearing. Kindly check it that the sharing option.
Let me try it again.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
Now you can see it?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Perfect. Okay, so I was going through what Aristotle said and the definition of ethics and morality. And now I was telling you about the definition of the AI. So as I mentioned, that the definition is not a single global definition yet, because this is something new, the ethical AI. And these are just principles aligned with OECD and the UNESCO and the National Institute of Standards and Technology and the European Union AI Act that was just published 2 years ago. So the area of ethical AI is definitely very new. And we will take some time to really understand it in the right way. But we can do that together by creating much more awareness about it. So why ethical AI matters? It builds the trust with customers and regulators. Also, it reduces the legal and financial and reputational risks. It enables sustainable and responsible innovation. And it clears accountability, which is something that is extremely critical nowadays. Because accountability is not clear when it comes to AI. Let me explain to you by giving you examples. Let's imagine someone driving in a snowstorm. It's a blizzard. And they are trying hard to focus on the road, but the driver only has 2 hands, 2 eyes, 2 ears, and trying the best they can to focus. However, they are driving an autonomous car. It has the option with the autopilot, and it got much more sensors than the human. There are more than 40 sensors, and it can have better visibility. So that the human driver decides to give the driving to the car's autopilot. And it goes into the road, but suddenly there's a truck stopping in front of them. So they try to maneuver to pass that truck to save the human passenger with them. But then what happens is that they hit a smaller car. But it didn't know that inside it there were 3 kids in the back. Who's accountable for the accidents? Is it the human that decided to give control to the autonomous autopilot? Is it the car manufacturer? Or is it the AI company that developed the software? Or is it the company delivering the sensors? It's not clear. How about another example? Someone goes to do a medical checkup, and the human doctor says everything is good, nothing is bad. But the AI sees, no, there's something here that is risky. I can see it. So the advice in this case is to do a very critical surgery, but the surgery goes wrong. Who is liable? Is it the doctor that didn't see this small thing? Or is it the AI that actually didn't check that this is really not harmful for a long time? Or is it the hospital Or is it the company responsible for the medical diagnosis with the help of AI? How about in the future? Predictive analysis for stock markets. What if financial losses are there? What about the judicial system, the legislations, taking the wrong decisions based on a law that was interpreted in a different way? How about decision-making for organizations or even for governments? Who's responsible if the AI is doing all of that? And, you know, I was talking with some decision makers that they were thinking about introducing in the law something called a virtual person. And that would be the AI. Because now we have a machine that can think, a machine that is smart, a machine that can take decisions. But even if we do that, the question would be, can we even punish AI? How can we punish AI? Would you imprison AI? Would you kill it? Would you give it the death sentence? Would you ask it for money as a fine? Would you tell it, don't go to the internet for a few days? How can we even punish AI? So accountability is not clear, and that's the truth of today. So we need to take care of the ethical and responsible principles of the AI first, so that the accountability would be at least clear whenever we are implementing AI. Who is responsible? Is it the company? Is it the client? Is it the organization? Is it the tool? We need to clarify it from the beginning so that we wouldn't have risks in the future. So what are the risks associated with AI? Number one, bias and discrimination. AI can unintentionally exclude or unfairly target specific groups based on race or based on gender or based on whatever biased aspects. And we cannot blame the AI. It is just the data. It is our data that is biased. And we give it to the AI and we told it, learn from the data and give us decisions. Number two, privacy breaches. Whenever we have poor data practices, we have a risk of the leaks and misuse of the data. You know, one funny example because of that one person just sent to one of the big major companies their military training locations, which was supposed to be secret, just because he asked the AI to analyze their gadgets that they are wearing for their fitness. So it accurately gave them the location. And this was a privacy breach. Lack of explainability. Sometimes we have black box AI systems, and that reduces the trust and negatively affects transparency. By the way, one of the social media platforms, they admitted that they didn't know the algorithm of the feed that the people are seeing, what it is giving them, because it was a black box AI system. So it was giving them patterns of what they should see based on their behavior. Over-reliance on AI can cause value misalignment, because blindly trusting the flawed outputs that are coming, it might cause conflicting decisions with your organizational values. So what are the 6 core principles of ethical AI? Number 1, fairness, which is to ensure the AI systems do not discriminate and to provide unbiased outcomes across different groups. One good example of ethical AI implemented in this case was IBM's Watson OpenScale. It simply helps the financial institution to identify and fix the bias in the credit scoring models so that it would give fair advantages to everyone. Number 2 is transparency. Clearly disclosing when and how the AI is being used so that the different stakeholders or even clients understand its role. One good example of that is DeepMind AlphaFold. Let me tell you more about it, since I promised that from the beginning of the previous lecture. DeepMind is a project that is built by Google, and it is mainly the AI engine inside Google. And they made a product AI tool called AlphaFold. This AlphaFold, by the way, won the Nobel Prize in 2024. Why? Because it's based on the protein structures in our bodies. It predicts the proteins. Why is that important? Because each protein in our body, it has a function or a job. But it is the same protein. It depends on how it folds on itself in like a 3D structure. How it folds determines what is the function for this protein. The problem was that through 50 years of research, the humans only managed to predict the folding structure of about 170,000 proteins. Each one would take about between 6 months or 1 year of research and would cost between $50,000 to $100,000. So globally, in the last 50 years, all the labs and the research institutes globally, we managed to reach 170,000 protein fold structure. But after AlphaFold, which is an AI tool, it managed to predict 200 million protein fold structures. And that's only in 2 years. So this AlphaFold, that's why it won the Nobel Prize. It saved humanity hundreds or maybe thousands of years of research and trillions of dollars. So in terms of transparency, the team behind DeepMind, they made the AlphaFold's code open to the scientific community so that the researchers can see how the AI predicts protein structures and that it's not fake, it is peer-reviewed. Number 3 of the 6 core principles is explainability, so that the AI decisions would be understandable to humans. It wouldn't be just for some algorithms that we don't know anything about. Another example is DARPA. DARPA is the Defense and Research Program Association. It is related to the Ministry of Defense in the United States. If you heard about DARPA before, good for you. If you didn't, then you should know that DARPA is one of the most influential institutes worldwide. If you are using the internet, it's thanks to DARPA, because in the 60s, they had a project to have a network connecting the Pentagon to one of the universities, and then a couple of universities, and it was called DARPANet by that time, and then ARPANet, and then it became the internet as we know it. If you're using the GPS system, that was a project with DARPA. And also, they were the ones who first introduced the idea of autonomous cars. So they are very influential when it comes to technologies. They created something called XAI, which stands for Explainable AI. It was a program developed so that the healthcare AI tools would explain the diagnostic recommendations to doctors. It's no longer a black box. It would be in details. Number 4 of the principles is privacy, protecting personal data used or generated by the AI system. One good example is Apple. They use something called differential privacy in their iOS systems on the iPhones and iPads. It is simply this differential privacy is that it creates some noise inside the data so that when you take the data back when Apple takes the data back from the iOS devices, there is no way to trace it to you. So let's say, for example, they want to know the most used emojis on the keyboards. Then they would use this technology differential privacy to include noise in the data so that when they know the most used emojis, they wouldn't know which user made that, but they would just know the quantities. So this kept the individual user data anonymous. Number 5 of the principles is accountability, to establish clear ownership for AI decisions. One good example is that Microsoft, Amazon, and IBM, the three of them, they paused selling the facial recognition to law enforcement, like the police, until the regulations were in place and who is accountable and how it will be used. Number 6 is sustainability, considering environmental and societal impact. Another example by DeepMind is that they asked the AI in a project to reduce the energy consumption of the data centers, and the AI gave recommendations that actually made some of the data centers reduce the cooling by 40%, lowering the environmental impact while reducing the costs. So what leadership actions you can take for ethical AI? You need to set the tone and commitment from the top. This needs to be a company direction or organizational direction. Also to assign clear roles for AI accountability, because as I told you, you cannot just put the AI itself as accountable. So you need to have clear accountability. What's in it for you or the companies involved or the partners or even for the client? Who's accountable? Establish reporting and review structures for the new AI use cases or initiatives that you are creating. You need to engage your stakeholders, including the customers and the regulators. And also, you need to regularly review and refine the practices. And the critical questions that you should ask: does this AI system align with our organization's values and missions? How does the system handle and protect the personal and sensitive data? Can we explain how the system makes its decision? Have we tested the system for bias or unfair outcomes? And who is accountable if the AI system causes harm or error? So how can we implement that in the real world? Let me give you the process of how to practically implement ethical AI in your organization. Number 1, establish the governance. Create an ethics committee. It might be the same as the AI committee, but there needs to be someone focusing on the ethics part, because this committee will create policies so that you have guidelines with the values you want to implement, as we mentioned. And also you need to have data governance to ensure the data quality and compliance. And when you have this in place, you need to check for biases and to audit the models that you have regularly, either in the input data or the output of it. When you establish these, then you need to have the human oversight to keep the humans in the loop for whatever output the data or the AI systems are producing. You need to check your vendors and partners, evaluate the third-party systems for their ethical considerations. You need to check the compliance, the legal and compliance, check the regulations regionally and locally and globally in the markets you are working in. And finally, training, such as this one, to build ethics awareness in your teams. These are some of the global frameworks and standards for the core principles of ethical AI. You can take a screenshot if you want to check more resources later. And if you are asking how to start, then the best time to start is now. Start by picking one of the AI initiatives and map it against the 6 core ethical AI principles. You need to have small steps so that you would build the trust with the AI systems or with your clients so that you would enable a responsible AI adoption. I love this quote. It's an African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So it's not about stopping here. I'm asking you all, please raise the awareness about AI ethics within your community, within your teams, within your organization, because this is how we will have ethical AI in the future so that we can have a good ethical relationship between the AI and the humans, and it starts with you. So thank you so much for today. I hope it was not too long for you. We still have time for questions if you have any. So I'm here for the next few minutes if you have any more questions. Then I guess back to the team from FEDA Global. And thank you so much for your time. And I hope to see you again soon.
Yeah. Very good evening, Turkey.
Good evening.
Yeah, really, the session is very fantastic and highly magnificent aspect also you taken, and given that your valuable exposure to every one of this session. What is really the part of ethical hacking? I'm sorry, ethical AI is a very highly useful to our participants who are participating in this session. So myself, can you hear?
Yes, yes, and thank you so much for your words.
Yeah,
I love them.
Yeah. Thank you. So myself, I'm Dr. Deva Balan, the General Secretary of TELFI India. So by supporting this our FEDA's program, we are that is regarding that from the Indian aspect and supported by our EPSRU and TELFI. Especially, we are that is a premier forum established to catalyze innovation, strategic collaboration, and professional advancement within India's technology sector. So our mission is to unite technology enthusiasts and industry professionals, startups, and who are efficient in an academic aspect. That will be creating a dynamic and ecosystem for knowledge exchange, networking, and collaborative problem-solving aspects. So this is a brief description about that our Tech Leaders Forum of India. So some of the strategic pillars, what we are doing and what we are, especially we are offering that. So first one is on knowledge dissemination. We are conducting a curated program of series of workshops, seminars, and conferences to ensure members to remain at the forefront of technological advancements, so that there is what are the emerging technologies and in the current scenario in the world, and also leadership best practices. And we are also focusing the immersive learning. So our immersion program that will be it is bridging theory and practice by providing hands-on sessions and hands-on experience through industrial visits, collaborative projects, and direct mentorship from the seasoned experts from academic as well as industrialists. Then through this strategic networking, we are facilitating a meaningful connectivities among innovators, entrepreneurs, and industry leaders to cultivate valuable partnerships and mentorship relationships also. So these are the main key point of our TELFI. We are providing as well as we are focusing to empower that the community of these all kind of sectors under one umbrella. Then capacity building. So according to this, we are fully committed to enhance the competencies of our community by providing access to resources, specialized training, and guidance to sharpen and enhance both technical and leadership skills and qualities also. Then very important thing is innovation incubation also we are focusing. We are actively fostering a culture of innovation by encouraging members to conceptualize ideas, that is novel ideas, developing projects, and engaging that technological competitions, which is aiming to address the pressing real world challenges, the global challenges also. Mainly that is our vision is to empower the next generation, that is forthcoming generation, as a technological leaders in India, not only in India, it is across the globe in the universal level, by providing the streamlined platform that seamlessly integrates knowledge, collaboration, and innovation also, especially innovation. So all of our participants, especially our chief guest also. So today's sessions is very highly fruitful session to all of us, and all participants. We are inviting to you visit our dynamic website www.telfi.org to explore our initiatives in greater detail, and also we are welcoming to join our community and contribute for enhancing and shaping your the magnificent your future of technology and the need of an emerging trend. So this is our brief introduction and brief view about our Tech Leaders Forum of India. So this anyone from our TELFI? Yeah, kindly just go through that, share the screen. So these are the things we are doing. Number of collaborations we are being with on universal academic universities. Like Rochester Institute of Technology, Curtin University, and
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your speech.
Yeah.
Dinesh, over to you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable insights and experience with us today. Your section of AI for Leaders was truly inspiring and helped us understand how AI can shape smart and more responsible organization. We really appreciate the time you have taken to guide and motivate us. And also, thank you very much, Professor Dr. Dev Galan, sir, for your inspiring words and for giving us a wonderful overview of TELFI mission and contribution to the technology community. We are really grateful for your time, guidance, and encouragement. It was an honor to have you with us today. Now, I would like to take a moment to tell you a few things about our academy. It is a professional training institute that helps people improve their personal and professional skills. We conduct various training programs that focus on technical skills, communication, personality development, leadership, and career growth. Our main goal is to help individuals to build self-confidence, become ready for real-world opportunities. And also, we provide that support through experienced trainers and friendly learning environment. Here, if anyone is interested in learning new skills or joining our training programs, please feel free to contact us after the section. Thank you so much for your time and for giving me this chance to introduce our academy. Now, as we come to the end of this wonderful workshop, I would like to invite Ms. Maya Meda to deliver the vote of thanks. She will be expressing our gratitude to all the speakers, guests, and participants who made this event a success.
Thank you, Ms. Sandhya. On behalf of Federation of Economic Development Association and FEDA Global Council, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all participants for joining today's International Online Technical Workshop, AI for Leaders. A special thanks to Mr. Nada Turki for this insightful and impactful section, and a deep appreciation to Dr. Mohammed Salim, President of FEDA Global Council, for his consistent encouragement and visionary leadership. We also extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Chittirai Ponchelvan, Head of FEDA GC Student Chapter, for his outstanding contribution and coordination in making this workshop a success. Our appreciation goes to all out of FEDA members, student chapter representatives and Smart Skill Academy team, and Emerging in Knowledge Hub team for the active support and participations. Thank you all for being a part of Meaningful Section. We look forward for the continued involvement and our upcoming FEDA initiatives. Thank you so much. Thank you. Over to Sandhya. Thank you all for coming. We will end this section and we'll meet on next month. Thank you.